Oh yeah, the Ouija type. Alright, so I'm gonna record this and then pick around it and probably make another video. I'm playing Legends Arceus right now as I record, and this game's pretty good. And I I'll probably put gameplay of cool stuff though when I'm talking. So I was just thinking about how you know your mother well, not your mother in particular. I was thinking about Pokemon, but my mom told me that Pokemon was evil, and like she tried to, and I was like, yeah, whatever, man. It's just Ash going on a journey. What are you talking about? But and it Pokemon really do it try to mimics life, and it try to tells you in my opinion, a lot of Christian values. Which is a little weird that I'm seeing through Pokemon. Like, well, it like how we see the world. Well, like, wow, I don't know. I do know. It's like you get we see ourselves through the world, like how animals act is a lot how humans act sometimes in certain situations. Like crabs in a bucket. That's a real theory. Look it up. Where crabs stop getting themselves out of the bucket. And that happens in communities all the time. They just drag each other down instead of all helping each other lift up. Like it's a symptom. Pokemon is how we should treat each other. And in Legends Arceus, you have to like calm down these enraged Pokemon. And what do? You just throw food at them. Like you serve them, you know? And that's how we should be to each other. Sometimes you just have to serve each other, you know? And in Pokemon, they forgive all the time. Like, somebody do something wrong, they're like, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. And then they don't do it again, right? And that's, the story's over forever. And and the people forgive them. Like, we'll see them again later. And we'll be like, hey, Rocket, Ash and friends, they forgive them after every encounter. They won't let them near their Pokemon, but you know, sometimes they do a little team up episodes. Sometimes, right? They have to put away aside their differences to get through a situation, and then they go on their way. They forgave, you know? And that's why the next episode of Pokemon is Team Rocket quitting. They gotta get an honest life. That's crazy. I forgot all about that. Yeah. I don't know how much I record for. I was gonna talk about how I like Legends Arceus. It really is Baby Zelda. Baby Breath of the Wild. Oh, she got the bombs, right? Oh, see, oh my gosh, I have to play this part. I'm over here actually reading the story and shit. You see, this is how Pokemon limit world life. Women think they're useless, right? And they are kind of useless. But what makes them useful is when they're doing housework, serving their family, right? When because they can do that stuff, they can do all the simple stuff. It's like when they're cooking, cleaning, right? And this lady, the leader of the Pearl Clan, she got the food. She got all the bombs I needed, right? So I can go serve him. The Arcanine. Crazy. Right? And then they just downplay themselves like that. That's Satan. And that they're believing in a thought, and all thoughts are all lies from Satan. That's evil. That's why the woman comes through, or Satan works through the woman. The whole story of Adam and Eve. That's what is Adam and Eve? Adam and Eve is the Christian view on the fundamental natures of man and women given to us by God. Right? All of this is God's plan. Remember this. Remember this. Like, none of this is random. It can't be random. The odds of it being random are insignificantly low on any metric you measure it on. All right. So like it's all intelligently designed. Like just look around you. Ooh, potato mochi. But just look around you, right? But it's like so this was it. This was the story. God made Adam. Right? First, we all know that. God made Adam, and Adam had a great relationship with his father. He said, wow. Thank God. And then God showed Adam how to live, right? He was like, here are the animals. This is the garden. It's super cool. All you have to do is obey. That's what he said. And he provided us this garden, and all you have to do is obey. And then he was like, I can't keep making people from the earth anymore with my hands because I just don't have time. So I'm gonna make you a companion like I do with the animals, right? I'll just make you a companion and you can make your own babies. Right? And you'll raise them in the right, you'll show them the right way. And you're like, okay, cool. And so he put him to sleep, and from his rib he made the woman. And he was like, what do you want to name her? And I will name her Eve. Alright, God named Adam. Adam named Eve. That's why we let the woman name the children, by the way, because that's the spiritual order. Like, we just naturally, I probably let my wife name the children, right? It's like, why not? It's like, sure. Oh my gosh. That makes so much sense. Like, but, man. So then Eve obeyed Adam. Alright? As Adam obeyed God. And God told both of them, he was like, hey, do not eat from that tree. You can have everything else in the garden. You just can't have that tree. And they said, oh, okay, God. Like, you my father. I'll do what you say. Right? Okay, God. And then they were both walking in the garden, and Satan came. There was a snake in the grass. And Adam was like, look out, babe. There's a snake in the grass. And she was like, what? You know, she was just going to step right on it. And then Adam was like, get behind me, Satan. And Satan was like, hey, you should eat from the tree. And Satan was like, and no, Adam was like, shut up, Satan. You dumb snake. God said to not eat from the tree, dummy. Satan was a thought. Right? They both had the thought, right? They both were walking together in the garden. Like, this is the Bible in general is a story of early consciousness. That's what Jordan Peterson believes, right? He believes it was humans finally realizing what we are, and we try to put it in an art form, a story. That's the basic form we could put it in, an artistic form, so it'll live forever, so we won't forget it, right? The biggest trick Satan played on man was making them forget about God. Forgetfulness is the only sin. Forgetfulness and anger and hating, right? Playing God, judgment, forgetting and judging. Judging is playing God, right? And forgetfulness is sinning. And when you forget about God, you try to play God, so you're sinning. But we're realizing what human nature and women and male nature really is in that moment. And Adam and Eve had a thought, we should eat from the tree. And Adam said, that's dumb. And Eve was like, if my husband says it's dumb, it's dumb. I'm not eating from no tree, right? And so then Satan had the thought, I'll just get them when they're alone, right? Adam's off doing his own thing, and Eve is met with the garden and with the snake by himself, right? Like, I know we blame men for what happened, the fall, but you know, I mean, there's a whole scene in the Bible where it's just Eve and the snake, right? Anyway, and Satan goes, hey, you should eat from that tree. He tells her a lie. He says, you can be, you don't, God doesn't want you to eat from the tree because you'll be like him. Right? He's telling a lie. You can never be like God. and, and, and he just wants you to, they just don't want you to be like him, like the man. Like, you should be jealous of the man. You want to be like him. You can be like him, right? You're like, but I love my husband. You love your husband. I don't love my husband. No, you should go eat from the tree. And then Eve goes back to Adam, right? And goes, hey, Adam, I saw Satan in the garden today. I saw the snake. And Adam's like, oh, what did he say? He said, we should eat from the tree. Well, yeah. he said, if we eat from the tree, you'll get. No, wait, did she eat from the tree already? You know what would have happened? I think she might have already ate from the tree. I should actually open my Bible. It's literally right there. Why would I give y'all misinformation? Hold on, let me grab my Bible. Why am I gonna act like I can't do basic research for you guys? And I read from the Christian Standard Bible. I just want to know if she ate from the tree first or did they eat from the tree together. Temptation and the fall. Temptation and the fall, Genesis chapter 3. Now the serpent was the most cunning of all in the wild animals that the Lord God he made. He said to the woman, did God really say you can't eat from any tree in the garden? The woman said to the serpent, we may eat from the fruit from the trees in the garden. But what about the fruit of the tree in the middle of the garden? God said, you must not eat it or touch it or you will die. No, you will not die. Oh, no, he goes, no, you will not die, the serpent said to the woman. In fact, God knows that when you eat it, your eyes will be open and you'll be like God, knowing good and evil. The woman saw that the tree was good for food and delight to look at, and that it was desirable for attaining wisdom. So she took some of its fruit and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. So she ate it first. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. She ate it first. And then she gave it to her husband. Because what happened... that's the bare bones of it. That's what it says in the Bible. That's what I'm talking about. Now I gotta explain it and go deeper. The realization. But that's what I'm talking about, right? You're like, you can be like God, right? And then she's like, oh, I can be like God. So she ate some, and then she came to the husband. And she was like, you want to be like God? And was like, oh, that sounds interesting, right? So man's fault, right? He believed in God, right? He did believe in God, but he believed in the woman more. Alright, so man's fault was listening to the woman. And God says that too. Let's read it. God says that too. Verbatim, I'm pretty sure. You want to read it? Let's read it. Chapter 3, verse 16. Sin's consequences, right? Here's God talking to them. So this is the result, right? God is truth. This is the result of us disobeying God. And the fall of man. He said to the woman, I will intensify your labor pains. You will bear children with painful effort. Your desire will be for your husband, yet he will rule over you. And he said to the man, because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree of which I commanded you, do not eat from it. The ground is cursed because of you. Right? The tree, it's all a metaphor at the very least, right? You don't even have to be a Christian to understand what I'm talking about, right? To understand the Adam and Eve story of what I'm talking about. Everything I said earlier and everything I'm saying now. You don't even have to be a Christian. What they're saying is the truth, which is God, from going against that, right? It's an example. The Adam and Eve, that eating from the tree is an example from going against whatever God says. The result is these things, right? Women suffered more of it because it was more of the pain of it, because it was their fault. Oh, I didn't read the whole thing. I'm sorry. I was about to say it is more consequences for men. It's just women suffer more of the physical pain from it. You'll see. I didn't read the whole thing. Genesis chapter 3, starting at verse 16. He said to the woman, I will intensify your labor pains. You will bear children with painful effort. Your desire will be for your husband, yet he will rule over you. And he said to the man, because you listened to your wife and ate from the tree about which I commanded you, do not eat from it. The ground is cursed because of you. Right? So, oh wow, it's right there in the Bible. It's the man's fault. it's the man's fault. Right? But it's because we listen to women, because we listen to your wife, right? You will eat from it by means of painful labor all the days of your life. Men have to go to work. You gotta go get a job, buddy. You have to work, right? That's why men are suited for the workforce. Women are not, though. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. You will eat bread by the sweat of your brow until you return to the ground. You gotta work until you die. Since you were taken from it, you are the dust, for you are dust, and you will return to dust. We have to work. It's right there in the Bible. This is the Christian view of what men and women are, right there. It's like, women, just do what your husband say. Just do what your husband say, which is even, it's amazing they use wife and husband, right? Your desire is to get married. It's even amazing that the Bible uses those terms too, wife and husband. It's like, you need each other, first of all. Your desire is to get married. Women need a man to tell them what to do. And men need women to help them go work, because working is tiring. It's so tiring. And there's very simple jobs around in life that needs to be done. Do dishes, cleaning, shopping, right? Those simple things have to be done. It's like, why don't you do them, serve them to somebody else? That's why Pokemon is so amazing, right? All I'm doing is going around serving Pokemon. I mean, a lot of the time I'm beaming them in the head with Pokeballs. But a lot of time I'm giving them food. And I'm battling with them. They want to battle. But yeah, that's what the Bible says. I'm not making this up. Of ourselves, we don't know anything. Everything I say is stuff I learned, right? It's stuff that was already in the universe, because we already have all the information we need. People just don't want to do it. Because it's a spiritual battle. Seriously, people just don't want to do it. And that's what the story is telling you, Adam and Eve. That's what the story is telling you. It's like God tells you, right? You have all the information you could ever want in our hands right now with the internet and with the way you're watching this video on your phone, right? We have the Apple, right? Your iPhone, Apple. It can't be more literal today. But yet we got people who are willingly ignorant about basic things. This is the outro. Check out the description. I got my Twitter, my Gab, my locals, and my Discord. God bless you. God bless America. Thanks for listening.